55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
Level up any sub with Pepperoncini Pepper Jack. Back for a short time only. Order today at portofsubs.com. Sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Here we go.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
I know this is going to be a mistake, but I say that almost every time I come back from break. John, I showed you Gina Carano dancing a little bit at her press conference.
Or seizing, one of the two.
You're Mr. Rhythm over here. You aren't impressed?
You've never seen me dance. You have no idea what my relationship with music is. Okay? But I will
What
say,
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had a great
Never,
relationship with music.
Never seen me dance. That was not great.
Now, my impersonation of her was even worse, but
actually wasn't that bad.
You guys laughed at me, and you're like, what is that? I'm like, here's the video of Gina Carano. What's going on with the dance on the hardwood out here? We're getting a little froggy play. Let's bring in Shannon Kelly, who, of course, is watching Nevada play basketball right now as they're trying to keep their season going, and Grand Canyon got out to a good start. Shannon, how are you?
Hey, guys. I am doing good. It's a busy Thursday around here.
Yes.
We've got a game going on.
Okay, so what are you seeing so far? We don't really have a great view of TVs here upstairs on the concourse, but seemed like there was a little aggression there as Jaden Henley, who was a very physical player, just got knocked around a little bit.
Yeah, Caleb Lowry there was called for a flagrant foul on that play. It didn't really seem like he tried to trick Henley as he was trying to go dunk, but then he was called for a flagrant. Henley, I believe, missed both of those free throws. But it's been a good game. It's been a really good game. I mean, you look, the first half of Nevada turned the ball over quite a bit, which is pretty characteristic of them, and Grand Canyon were points off of that. But, I mean, we're all knotted at 42, so it just feels like Nevada's come out of the locker room with just a different sense of urgency. Maybe not different, but they're just ramping it up. It feels like a little bit more maybe right now than they did in the first half. So it should be a pretty exciting finish.
Yeah, how is this game being played this way? When they played, it was 66-60 in overtime, if I remember correctly. This is a wild game in terms of pace and scoring. What's the difference?
Yeah, I think just in that game, really, it's like no one was able to, especially in the first half. I think the score was in the 20s at halftime, which wasn't the case here. It just feels like I think Grand Canyon's played really good defense too here today, and so has Nevada. So it just feels like, it's kind of like who wants it more. It just feels like that really for both sides versus, not what the case is at Wilder events and obviously but in a regular season game, different than a tournament setting.
Big discrepancy in terms of three-pointers taken. Nevada's only taken 7. Grand Canyon's taken only 3. Are they running them off the three-point line, or you think that's something Nevada wants to do as part of the game plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Coach Alford has said all season, like, I want to keep shooting threes. But, I mean, if they're able to just keep attacking, I think, you got to go with what's working for you. I think Corey Kemper Jr. hit the first 3 for Nevada here today, which was late in the first half. So while it hasn't necessarily been working, I think you got to play to your strengths and what's working. So we'll see. I think a little surprising, though, for me to see that Grand Canyon's only 4 of 13 from 3. And it is surprising to see Nevada just 3 of 7, but they've been attacking. So we'll see.
The other part about this is Camper, explain to the audience maybe who hasn't been able to watch this. We have one member of the team outside of Camper that has scored more than 4 points. Or no, we have 2. I think Rollison's got 6, right? I mean, where else is the scoring coming from?
Yeah, Camper's got 16. Let's see, Rollison's got 6. Armo Trading has 5. Armo Trading's got 3 fouls. But, yeah, I mean, Elijah Price has only 3 points, but he's on the bench with 3 fouls right now. So he got into some early foul trouble. But, yeah, it is kind of weird, I think, especially these last 15 minutes here. Like, someone else is going to have to score. Like, Nevada can't just rely on Corey Camper Jr. if they want to come away with a win here today. Like, you got to have more than one guy that's able to shoot the ball.
How did you feel about this Nevada team coming into this tournament? Because I think the mindset from a lot of us was this thing's wide open. Anybody can win it. And I thought when I was asked about, like, hey, who can make a run, I pointed to them because they got Air Force and they stomped them. An Air Force, a Grand Canyon team they beat. It seems like they can definitely make a run. But with the way the season ended for them and where they're at now, what's your expectations for coming into this tournament?
Yeah, I think, it's hard. I think you look at how strong Nevada was at points during Mountain West play, and that kind of tailored off a little bit just towards the end of the season. Its three-point shooting hasn't been as strong as it was earlier on in the year. I think, after the game against Air Force to wrap up the regular season, Nevada beat them by about 15 or so, which, I was expecting yesterday's score for that game at Waller. I think, I thought maybe Nevada would have tried to create some more of its own energy in that game per se. But I think after the way Nevada had played yesterday, it looked like, hey, if, you're not going to get a bye and you can go up and you can, play a really strong game and have all 14 of your guys get in and no one really play more than 20 minutes, then that's really all you can ask for if you have to play a first round game. So I think I was a little indifferent because I think everything is there for this team to make a run, but Nevada just has to be playing its best basketball and not be making silly mistakes and, making free throws when it matters most and attacking the paint, finishing around the rim. That's an area they've struggled in this year. So I think, if things can keep clicking for them, I think they can certainly have a chance. But, you can't have off days in March and expect to move on.
It seemed like the time between the first two games here, the UNLV and Utah State game, and then this one between Nevada and Grand Canyon, the break seemed a little bit longer. Did Gloria Nevarez tell the Mountain West folks to come and cover up all the purple around the court for Steve Alford before the game began?
Yeah, I got a kick out of it yesterday in the post-game press conference talking about the purple. Since GCU, the new Mountain West member, is purple, that everyone in the Mountain West would be rooting for GCU with their purple. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. Perhaps that could be the case why there was a slighter long delay in between games, right? But, yeah, Coach Alford has jokes, and that one was pretty funny. I'll give it to him yesterday.
That's shocking. I didn't expect that line. Coach Alford has jokes. He actually does have a wry sense of humor that comes out every once in a while. By the way, that was very funny last night. I think a lot of us laughed. We're objective, of course, but another member of the Disloyal Five bumped from the tournament. We all love Tim Miles, and San Jose State has had this year that's been, very difficult. What a win for the Spartans, and now they're into the quarters tonight.
Yeah, that was really awesome to see. They've only won 3 games in their program's history at the Mountain West Conference tournament. That was awesome. I can't say I expected that. I thought it would have been a little bit of a closer game, but big props to Tim Miles and his crew playing really shorthanded for them to put up that type of an effort. I think that's just tough for Boise State. They started off their season with a loss to Hawaii Pacific and ended with a loss to San Jose State after they played some good games in Mountain West play this year. They played some really competitive games, and they were pretty hot entering the tournament. So was surprised to see it, but hey, that's why they play the games, right? So big props to San Jose State.
Shannon Kelly's with us here on ESPN Las Vegas, ESPN Reno. I saw the tweet at Nevada Sportsnet. Of course, Shannon works for Nevada Sportsnet. Josh Pastner with his God Bless Mountain West Conference and God Bless lots of things. You guys retweeted that. Were you mocking on Josh Pastner, or are you telling me that folks in Northern Nevada, there's a thirst that needs to be quenched? Are you starting to fall in love with UNLV's coach?
I thought it was great. To have that type of an energy after a game like that, that game was crazy for one. So that's awesome that he was able to put all of his emotions out there. I think that's so cool. UNLV, didn't have a lot of success, hasn't had a lot of success in the tournament, obviously, losing today, but still, as he's saying, it was the House of Horrors, or the Tournament of Horrors.
Whoa. Spell that out, please. Spell that out.
HORRORS.
That's not the way you said it, though.
No, that's just cool. Hey, he's a first-year head coach that's throwing everything out there for his team, and you have to have the belief. If you don't have the belief as a head coach, then your team's not going to have the belief that you can go out there and win. And I think that was just really cool yesterday because that was a crazy game for them. I mean, Wyoming could have came back and won that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with celebrating victory and having fun as coaches. And, so much of this is just filled with pressure and you're on edge all the time. And, people lose their jobs. It sucks. I saw Amanda Levens is out at Nevada. I understand why, but what's going to happen next for that women's program?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's tough. You never want to see one lose their job, but yeah, after the season, just a career winning season, like 3 of the last 4 years with 20 losses, and hasn't made it past the quarterfinals since her first year at the helm when they made it to the finals. I think that's just tough. I think it was just time for a change. So we'll see what happens and what this era looks like in a new era of the Mountain West next year. But just tough because, I really did like Coach Levens, and her team's always got out in the community a lot. So just tough to see it didn't pan out on the court.
Shannon, you covering the beginning of spring practice with Nevada football?
Yeah, I was out there today. Actually, I was out there. It's my first day out there. And yeah, I think, it's crazy just to see a lot of guys that are new faces, but then you also see some of the returners as well, which in this era, like to see guys returning, kind of crazy. I feel like I don't really know what that's like anymore.
Right. It's so weird. How did
the weird thing?
Yeah, we got like 30 seconds left. How did the new gigantic quarterback from UCLA, Luke Duncan, look?
Yeah, he looks good. I saw him a little bit. We could see the last 30 minutes or so of practice, but in the little small sample size that I saw, he looked good. Obviously, there's a lot of time left, but it's very early and still getting used to so many new faces. He is, I'm sure, getting used to these receivers and running backs and all that. But it'll be exciting to see kind of what he's able to bring to that competition room.
I have a tight window here. I hope you've watched the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Please, if he catches on, you got to call him Sir Dunk.
Oh, Sir Dunk. That's right.
Talk to you later, guys.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know if she watches Game of Thrones.
That's a good point, yeah.
But Sir Dunk that's something you got to warm up to.
Come on. Especially if he's big, you got to call him Sir Dunk.
That's a good point. The real...
Does he have a little bald wide receiver?
Would that not be dynamite?
Come
on now, Nevada football. Latch on to the popularity of Game of Thrones.
Big news, Las Vegas. PT's Taverns just changed the game. Introducing all Progressive Jacked across 65 PT's Taverns locations. We're talking both dollar and quarter progressives that hit on royal flushes and faces with a kicker. Plus Keno progressives that hit on 7 and 9 spots. And here's the best part. Our 10-spot Keno progressive pays up to 2.
Are you guys by any chance planning to talk to Femi when he comes on? Because I have the sports betting intro for him.
We don't need it.
Okay, I'll use a standard.
Please.
Subs, and the flavor glow up is real. Spicy pop, cheesy melt, fresh bacon
live
that
audience.
Instantly levels up any sub.
We're back in
This
3
bread
minutes.
never plays background. It steals the whole scene, and it's only here for a short run. So once fans catch on, it'll go fast, like really fast. Order at portofsubs.com or stop by your neighborhood shop. Pepperoncini Pepper Jack. Limited time, limitless attitude.
Sliced sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Hoops fans, the Mountain West men's and women's basketball championships are almost here. Get ready as MW Madness comes back to Vegas. One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West?
Showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful. Built to last. And our certified is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of come to the difference at Fixed
Day, don't rely on luck when it comes to dealing with the insurance companies. Hi, Paul Pata from Paul Pata Law. If you've been in a car accident, motorcycle accident, or a slip and fall, our amazing team will fight on your behalf with the insurance companies to get you the justice you deserve. And we don't need a four-leaf clover to do it. Remember, it's not about the injury, it's about the recovery. Go to paulpatalaw.com and have a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Baseball is back at the world's largest sportsbook. Hey, this is Brandy Flores. Join us Thursday, March 26th at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas to celebrate the start of the season with a ceremonial first pitch by A's legend Dave Stewart. Catch all the games on their 78 million pixel screen while you feast on Coney Dogs by American Coney Island and complimentary apple pie. Plus special activations from the
Here we go.
A's. And oh yeah, moms drink free. Don't miss the first day of baseball at Circa Resort and Casino. Visit circalasvegas.com for more information.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Halfway point of the show. This hour is brought to you by Battleborn Injury Lawyers. Call from anywhere in the state of Nevada. 766-1400 is the number. We are rolling live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter up on our ESPN Las Vegas accounts. Try to do that more often, but you can comment on those platforms. You guys do crack me up. Comment today about the UNLV game, an 80-60 loss. XJ5634 said, another Pastner masterclass today with the rolling eyes emoji. Yeah, it wasn't our best game. He also had some really good coaching efforts down the stretch, so I like how people drop in on the the 20-point loss at the end of the season.
That's how it is, man.
It's funny.
That's how you do it.
Pastner is interesting because he is throwing caution to the wind. Like, here's a good example. Yesterday, and I'm talking about, here's a good example, a comment like this. These guys are so tight all the time, these college basketball coaches, which I hate. Right? This is supposed to be fun.
Yep.
Goal is winning, but it's also educating. Kids should have fun, not be tortured, not be on edge, you know? And Pastner going out yesterday with his God bless the Mountain West, God bless America, having fun, going to the top. People got a kick out of it. But most coaches won't do that now because it's so freaking uptight.
Yep.
Which kind of sucks. Sports is not supposed to be like this, but we have so many critical voices, including ourselves, coming at you all the time that coaches are afraid to take a freaking breath and enjoy the moment. Players are afraid to take a breath and enjoy the moment because there's a loss coming at some point. Everyone's going to lose to end the season. Not You're right. There's one team. Well, there's three. Some other postseason tournaments, yeah.
But your whole point still stands. You should be able to evaluate the season as a whole and understand whether or not you want to buy into it being a positive or a negative, but to just jump in at the end game and just be like, clown. You got to be a little bit more nuanced than that.
This one, we're talking lovely quarterback at transfer in UCLA. UNLV will start up spring practice in about 2 weeks. Spring game at the end of April. We're going to talk to Louis Adazio in the 5 o'clock hour. O-line coach. Jeff shows at an at Club Stadium. An NFL opportunity this offseason and said he wants to finish the job at Nevada. He's 6-19 in 2 seasons.
I mean, he didn't say what kind of a job.
Oh, no, I fully believe that he probably had a chance to be a DC somewhere or somewhere in the NFL. Time and place. Did I take that the wrong way?
No, I mean,
and again, this is written. I wasn't there.
Sure.
But it can come off as like, hey,
right?
I'm here, okay? I'm here. Like, yeah, but like, there's a lot of fans who are like, why are you here still?
Right. It's somewhat self-aggrandizing, especially when you look at the state of the program and where it's gone. You can point to a few points. Hey, we fought pretty for the most part, it's still been disappointing to show some. Like, what job are you finishing if you're just going to continue to roll out extremely below average teams year to year?
I think his biggest problem, and this is a story across college football. It could happen in UNLV, right? But kind of an enigma who has moments but doesn't turn the corner. Maybe Mullen picked the wrong guy. Maybe Alex Orji can't be, another guy who competes for the job and at a high level. You pick the wrong. You don't win. And I don't know that Choate has done a great job in picking the guys. I'm sure to money limitations, but there are quarterbacks out there that I'm not saying are free, but can be had at a budget. And now analyzing personnel for college football coaches, this is your lifeblood, especially with the portal, and especially because quarterbacks are the biggest part of the portal. You got to get it right. And I hope they got it right. Now, they got a young guy there to build around too, but I hope they got it right, Luke Duncan. Otherwise, uh-oh.
This traffic report is brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com.
15 northbound accident there at Charleston Boulevard. Also 15 southbound at Charleston Boulevard. Russell Road at Eastern. 15 southbound after Russell. I-11 southbound at Boulder. I-15 southbound at Cactus.
This traffic report was brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com. Here's your chance to own a luxury vehicle at a non-luxury price. Hi, this is Brennan, General Manager at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Come and see a variety of our certified pre-vehicles at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us online at jlrlv.com.
This winter, earn cool cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. You'll earn winner rewards points for mobile wagers made January 1st through March 15th. Win or lose, you can earn even more winner rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in winner rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Attorney Matt Hoffman with Battleborn Injury Lawyers. When you're in a crash with a company vehicle, things get complicated fast. Multiple layers of insurance, workers' compensation issues. It can feel like a maze. That's why you need Battleborn. Our experienced team knows how to handle complex cases, and we'll find every layer of insurance and get you the compensation you deserve. Don't let the system overwhelm you. At Battleborn, we take on the toughest cases and win. Call me today at 766-1400. At Battleborn, your battle is our fight.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's relaxitsabloodtest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
The Vegas Golden Knights are rolling through another epic season. And there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Knights on.
All right, I got Femi. We are back in about 45 seconds.
That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not seltzer, it's Surfside, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Sold in arena and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The Mountain West Men's and Women's Conference Championship is coming back to Vegas March 7th through the 14th. Don't miss a minute of the action. Get your tickets now at the MW.com/2026.
Your
Hands
shoes.
it off to Clark. Throws it up, and Jones rechecks the alley-oop attempt. A clean steal, and he throws it to Williamson.
Matt Everett and Steve Cofield with the call, but the Running Rebels fall short and lose in the Mountain West quarterfinals to Utah State, 80-60.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
John Von Tobel waving over the giant garbage bag of popcorn.
What do they do with that? Are they dumping that?
No, they're supplying the popcorn stand to heat it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They can't keep up with the masses here at the Thomas and Mack.
I've gotten to take one of those home before.
Giant bag?
Yeah.
Was it kind of fresh or stale?
It was pretty stale.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I took it home.
At some point, it's going to be stale.
It's fantastic.
Look at you. All right, let's get into the NFL and some betting stories here. And we haven't talked about Miami of Ohio. Poor Redhawks go down. Unbeaten season is over, and we'll see if they make the NCAA tournament. Femi Abebefe is with VSIN and joins JVT and Cofield here on this Thursday. How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's a great time of year. You know, I'm at home right now watching some hoops. Might order some wings here in a little bit to have some dinner. It's a good time, you know, and we'll see if we get any fun NFL free agency news as well in the meantime.
Are you going to get the giant vat of ranch from Wingstop that is now being advertised?
Really?
I don't think I'm going to do that. I usually get the normal size. I do like the ranch and the blue cheese. I know that's a controversial topic for a lot of folks, whether the ranch versus blue cheese or drums versus flats. I'm like, I like it all. Like, I don't know why we have to debate everything and have to have an either or. How about an and? I like both of them. So, yeah, we'll go ranch, blue cheese, and drums and flats. You know, it's not hard to please me, you know?
It is a limited edition 32-ounce ranch cup for $30.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Come on.
32 ounces.
Say that better be their own, like, real made ranch. By the way, if you order wings, are you a chain wing guy, or do you have like a local pizza joint or local joint that you order from? What do you do?
I'm usually a chain wing guy. I know a lot of folks like to do the whole local thing, but hey, you know what? There are local people working at those chains, so I'll support them. But I'm usually a chain guy. I do like some of the local joints. I don't know who advertised with you guys, so I'm not going to name names, but they don't deliver out where I'm at. So it's hard to go ahead and get those on a day-to-day basis, but I do like to frequent those joints.
You're a wonderful person, and your knowledge of radio, I'm super impressed there, because generally we'd have a guest come on and not only name somewhere local, be like, this place sucks, and you're like, okay, they advertise with us.
The sponsor brought to you by.
Take it easy. Okay, you got to chime in here.
Free lunch out here.
Exactly. You got to chime in on Miami of Ohio. They're out in the quarters. They lose to what? UMass was the 8 in the MAC. Okay, now what happens? What should happen?
I mean, they should be in. I don't even know why this is a conversation. They're 31-1. I get it. Their schedule is terrible. I know there was reports out there that they tried to schedule better teams that did not want to play them, which I do know is a hurdle for some of these mid-major programs. But like 31-1, like how are they not in the NCAA tournament? And look at the teams that we're talking about. I mean, it's your Auburns, like your Indianas. Like, are these good basketball teams? Hell no. So I don't know why Miami of Ohio wouldn't be in. I don't think they should be even on the bubble. They should be squarely in. We should not be watching them next Tuesday or Wednesday. They should be playing Thursday or Friday. It's not even a conversation for me. Like that team should be in the tournament. I don't care that they lost in the first round of the conference tournament.
What will you do if they don't make it in?
I mean, like at this point, I don't even know what we're doing for. I mean, like, I'm not going to write a letter to my local senator or anything like that. But I mean, like, come on. If they don't get in, like what are we? Like, who's getting in over them? I guess the better part of this, like who are we putting in that needs to be in over Miami of Ohio? Nobody wants to answer that question. They just want to point out, oh, look at their schedule. Look at their schedule. Well, look at these other teams. They're also bad basketball teams. Some of them will get in. Some of them won't get in. But I don't think any of these bad basketball teams should get in over Miami of Ohio.
Do you have anything in the college hoop schedule later tonight that you're looking forward to, either to watch or a bet?
Yeah, I got some stuff going on. I bet TCU against Kansas in the Big 12 tournament, just with the points. I think Kansas wins the game, but a couple of possessions was a little bit too much for me with that one. I think TCU's been playing pretty well, so I bet them. I also bet Colorado State in the Mountain West. I took 5.5 the betting market, spit in my face with that one. It's up to 6.5 now. obviously I like it at 6.5, but I like it at 5.5. I do think the Rams, though, can play a close possession game against San Diego State. To me, these underdogs have been pretty good so far in these conference tournaments. I mean, I'm sweating BYU right now. I have +10 with the Cougars against Houston, I guess, in the Battle of the Cougs out there in the Big 12 tournament. But, I got a couple of things going on. And for the SEC, I laid 2.5 with Texas A&M. They're laying now 1.5 or 1, depending on where you do your betting. The betting market, once again, did not like that one as well, but I don't care. Give me Buckyball against OU. I'll take the Aggies, even though they're in an undesirable spot, I guess, as a contrarian favorite according to the betting market.
Any tournament futures that you have alive in terms of some of these conference tournaments? You mentioned TCU. We've got them at 90-1, so I'll be with you. I hope they pull the upset against Kansas. But do you have any tournament futures that are alive?
I had one that went down in flames today, but the Big East really interests me because I'm just not there with UConn and St. John's. Now, I know St. John's blew out Providence. I had some 90-1 on Providence to win the Big East tournament. I also have Seton Hall in the Big East tournament. They won today against Creighton, which was really cool to see. They're going to be taking on St. John's tomorrow. I think St. John's is gettable. I think UConn is gettable, even though right now we're seeing UConn dominate right now in the quarterfinals against Xavier. But I think that's just more so Xavier being a bad team as opposed to UConn being this justified juggernaut or so. I know maybe people think that we're going to see the trilogy between UConn and St. John's, but I'm not of that mindset. I think that's a gettable one. I have Iowa State at +750 to win the Big 12. I like these teams, especially in these tournament settings where, okay, can you get hot in a 3 or 4 day setting? Like, those are the teams that I want to bet on. And I think Iowa State is one of those kinds of teams. We've seen them have a lot of success down in Kansas City traditionally, since a lot of their fans come from Ames, and they'll make that migration down there. So I think it's a place that's pretty friendly to them. I think they're a really good basketball team. I'm also a sucker for the Cyclones. I need to check into Cyclones Anonymous, as this is now a couple of years where I've been betting on this team to do big things. They have not yet done it. I'm hoping this is the year that they can accomplish those things. But I have Iowa State in the Big 12. I have Nebraska in the Big 10. Not many people talking about Nebraska in the Big 10 right now to win their conference tournament. I know Michigan is, I think, the best team in the country. I think they're going to win the national title. But as for the Big 10 tournament, 15-1 on the 2 seed to me seems like a great value here. Now, it looks like they're going to play Purdue, as Purdue's shellacking Northwestern right now. But, I mean, we've seen Purdue doesn't defend anyone. And here's Nebraska, who will defend you. They'll actually get up in you. And I think that Nebraska, given that they're on the opposite side of the Michigan bracket, I think is a really good look in the Big Ten tournament. And then I also have New Mexico in the Mountain West at +550. Not a long shot. I just think they're the best team in this setting, in this environment, as a team that is pretty good to go out there and reel off a few wins here. And New Mexico, I mean, like one of the better teams when you look at their offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency. They're pretty balanced. So I'll rock with the Lobos in the Mountain West. So those are a few of the conference tournament outrights that I have this week.
Femi is with us here on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno. You can hear him on our sister station, 1230 VSiN The Game. Okay, let's get your reaction to some of the football stuff, and especially local with free agency and trades coming unraveled. Who's the bad guy? Who's the bad guy, the Ravens or the Raiders?
Ooh, the bad guy. I don't think it's the Ravens. And I understand. I'm probably on an island, and I know the audience that's listening to this right now. It's a lot of Raiders fans who I understand are angry. I would be angry if I was a Raiders fan as well, because you had 2 first-round picks coming your way, and that's no longer happening. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that a football player has a debilitating injury. Like that, to me, seems like the most simple explanation of this whole thing. Now, Max Crosby is probably going to play to start the 2026 season, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be good in 2027 or in 2028, which I'm sure the Ravens probably saw in their physical that, hey, this is not going to be a good thing for us long term. So instead of sending these 2 first-round picks, let's actually back out and eject on this whole thing. I don't really buy the whole cold feet thing that people are telling us. Like a lot of the insiders are rolling with it and everything, and I get it. They're probably getting that from John Spytek or from Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys or whoever felt like they were kind of done wrong in this whole Max Crosby courtship here. But to me, I don't see that. The Ravens are a smarter organization. Do people really think that the Ravens just woke up a couple of days ago like, man, we really gave up 2 first-round picks? Like, these conversations have been happening for so long. Like, why would they get cold feet all of a sudden and be like, man, I didn't know we were going to lose Tyler Linderbaum or lose these other guys. Like, these teams know what's going to happen in free agency. They've been modeling this stuff for the entire offseason. Like, this is not some like, wow, we were all of a sudden now concerned and now like we want to go back on this deal. I actually think something probably popped up in the physical to where, yeah, maybe some teams might pass him and maybe he's going to play in 2026 and be ready for week 1. But as for his long-term status, I think that's a fair question. And if you're going to be giving up 2 first-round picks, you want to make sure that that guy long-term will be there to contribute on your team. So I don't think it's the Ravens. Is it the Raiders? I don't know. I don't think they try to sell them a lemon, but I don't see the Ravens being the bad guy in this situation. I think a lot of people are going a little bit too far and putting on the tinfoil hats with this one.
Around the NFL, quarterbacks starting to settle into different spots. Upgrade the Vikings by what? 7 wins? Kyler Murray, baby. I am like the number one Kyler Murray stan. I'm out of my gourd when it comes to that guy.
Hey, there you go. Someone's got to do it, right? I don't know how many people
has
I don't know how many people out there are on Kyler Island. Definitely not the Arizona Cardinals. As Jonathan Gannon told us last year, that Kyler's health bucket wasn't where it needed to be, which is why they turned the keys over to Jacoby Brissett, as we all saw how that unfolded. Jonathan Gannon no longer head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm into it. I'm into it for the Minnesota Vikings. This is still a really good roster that we saw a couple of years ago win 14 games. They've lost a couple of guys, of course, to free agency, to age, etc. But Kyler Murray is a clear upgrade for them at quarterback as opposed to what they had last year. I'm assuming he's going to get the starting job. There will probably be some kind of competition during training camp and over the course of the offseason with he and J.J. McCarthy. Kyler Murray is a better player than J.J. McCarthy. He's going to win that job. And when he wins that job, think about this is Kyler Murray indoors on a fast surface out there in Minnesota. So I like it a lot. I think the Minnesota Vikings are a playoff team without question. Even though their division is difficult, like this team is really, really good. I think you're going to see the Chicago Bears maybe take a little bit of a step back given the close games that they won all throughout the 2025 season. And I think for the Minnesota Vikings, like this was an easy decision to make. And I'm curious as to why more teams were not looking into Kyler Murray, because it's not too often that a quarterback of his caliber is out there on the open market for a veteran minimum contract. So that's a slam dunk move for the Minnesota Vikings.
We got 45, John.
J.J. McCarthy plays his next snap for what team? Because it's not Minnesota.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. What? I mean, does this guy Harbaugh call him up? Because he seems to be the guy that's pounding the table. I mean, like, he's not going to unseat Justin Herbert, but, like, does he bring him over to be a backup quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers? Because all throughout the draft process, the one guy that was stumping for J.J. McCarthy was Jim Harbaugh. He seems to believe in him. I'm not sure how many other people believe in J.J. McCarthy, but Jim Harbaugh seems to believe it. So I'll say he's on the Chargers, and maybe it's in a spot start for Justin Herbert if he suffers an injury. It's J.J. McCarthy in L.A.
Hey, I think someone who's got a void at quarterback and is going to try to tank to get a high pick should kind of ensure themselves. I would like to see the Jets. I mean, if it's going to cost like a 4th or 5th round pick up to a conditional 3rd, why not take a chance on a guy who was just the top 15 pick? I got like 10 seconds left.
Oh, man. I mean, Aaron Glenn's on the hot seat right now. I don't think he can roll the dice with his job. I don't think they could do that. I understand why they got Geno Smith and why they've been making all the moves that they've been making in free agency.
Femi, you're the best, man. Let's talk soon.
See you, dude.
All right. See you guys.
Well, I got a lot to say about J.J. McCarthy.
10.
Kyler Murray. Oh, man. Raiders QB situation. Is there a situation aside from or beyond Mendoza? We'll get into it.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island is the ultimate spot to catch all your favorite sports on huge video walls. 55-plus TVs offering ideal views from every seat. Gourmet comfort foods, craft beers on tap, and all your favorite beverages. Plus, Treasure Island is the only place on the Strip with free parking.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 877-1500.
877-1500. 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook, managing attorney.
When planning a celebration of life for yourself or a loved one, there are no dress rehearsals. and no reset buttons. That's why getting every detail exactly right the first time is so important. We're Palm Mortuaries and Cemeteries. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Gambler's bonus hits again. On January 23rd, Kathy hit 4 kings, clearing her Gambler's bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $7,000. Kathy hit big and so can you with Gambler's bonus. It's why you play the game.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your
I got Mike back in 45.
sports app. Allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The seeds and matchups for the tourney, your March college basketball questions will be answered. Sunday at 3 on Raider Nation Radio 920.
Brought to you by the Richard Harris Law Firm. Just in case, call 444-4444.
Listen to UNLV Sports right here on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM, 100.9 FM, KWWN, Las Vegas. Live from the Thomas and Mack Center on the campus of UNLV, you're listening to ESPN Las Vegas.
I'm fired up for the 5 o'clock hour. We just started getting into NFL quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, deal done with the Vikings. Still a lot of chatter around Mendoza and the Raiders and what the full quarterback plan is. Rebels lose today. Runner Rebels are out of the Mountain West Conference Tournament 80-60. And, of course, there's still all the fallout from Max Crosby and that trade. Our competition, we're friendly with them, but our competition now, new 2 o'clock daily show on Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Mike Davis is hosting that show with Mariah Llanos and Von Tobel's here at Schofield. What's up, Mike?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
All right, Mike. I expected you to come out of the gates on fire. Have you calmed down? I think you were spitting mad the other day when this Max Crosby deal went down in flames. What are your thoughts now? Ravens, unravel the deal.
I think I'm going to unleash the beast, Steve. I'm going to do it for you. I was just about, after therapy and all these things, I was just about cooling down. And then Eric DeCosta, GM of the Ravens, comes out at that presser looking like Voldemort, trying to get Harry Potter. I mean, this guy, listen, let me just state this. Did he do everything within the reins of being a general manager? Yes, we know that. Everybody's saying that. I don't frankly care. I think the Ravens, if I'm Raider Nation, if I'm a Raider fan, I said this today on my show, public enemy number one, forget the Chiefs, forget the Chargers, forget the Broncos, it's the Ravens. I think this is one of the worst things that has happened in recent memory. I actually don't think people are fired up about it enough, to be frank. And I just think everything was set up so expertly, so masterfully. John Spytek did such a tremendous job getting this thing structured, from the lucking out with the first pick to getting Tyler Linderbaum to the 2 first-round picks, 4 picks in 2 years, 14th overall this year, a great pick in a loaded draft next year. And it's all going down the drain. I think it's awful. And I don't think people understand the gravity of how this could really screw up everything that was set in motion. And I think it's really, really upsetting.
So how do the Raiders move forward then? Is this, hey, Max, come on back, we'll work out whatever we had issues behind the scenes and you'll be part of the team, or do you expect him to still be on another team?
Steve, how long have you been in the business world? Is that how busy? Do you think? I mean, listen, this guy is a consummate professional. We know he's going to put his heart out on the line each and every down. I have no, issues with that. Max is the best with that stuff. The truth, though, is it just seems like, from Michael Silver's reporting with The Athletic, from everything we've read about Alex Guerrero and just how there's a shift occurring. And I do think part of what made this trade so good is not that Max Crosby is a detriment to a team. No, he's a massive addition. He's a heart and soul of this franchise for the past few years. But it's not the direction that this team was headed. And I just think at the end of the day, you're not going to get 2 first-rounders for him anymore. What's probably going to happen is you're going to hold on to him because you're going to try to get the most amount of value you can. But my concern is that, you know, I don't want to be too competitive this season. I kind of wanted I kind of wanted to set things in motion the correct way and not try to take a magic potion and be in mediocrity for as long as we have to do another rebuild. So I think SpyTech was doing this the correct way, and now the Ravens screwed that up. There's no way. I do not believe for 2 seconds. First of all, using the word gutted, what is this? Are we watching season 2 of Bridgerton in the DaCosta household? What is going on? But number 2, it's like there's no way they were going to use capital on Hendrickson and Crosby. Here's the analogy. They basically saw a house they like on the market, okay? They're like, wow, we got this great house, $10 million. We bought this house. And then all the people in the neighborhood, the community on Facebook, you're brunching with all the ladies, and everybody's like, wow, did you hear the Hartmans paid $10 million for that house? It's more of like a $6 million house. It's got a kind of a tiny kitchen, a small backyard. $10 million for that house? Did you see the house down the street? I know it's not, $10 million, but that house down the street's pretty good for $5. That's what happened. That's literally what happened. So instead of going through the traditional inspection that you would have to in a real estate transaction, they say, hey, you know what? There's a clogged faucet in the 3rd bedroom upstairs. I'll have my plumber come over. Here's a couple grand. We can fix it for you. Or, whatever. It's not a big deal. You're not going to ruin the whole real estate transaction because of a clog. But that's what he did. It's a very unkosher, it's ill intent. It's not a kosher situation. I do not think for 2 seconds.
Mike Davis is with us.
Don't you agree?
I don't necessarily agree. I really do believe that they got bad medicals back, and they looked at the end of the deal and like, we have to get out of this. The gutted part is a little bit strong. I actually do believe that they would have paid both of the defensive ends and tried to be a team of now and have this super defensive line. But I agree with what you said. I haven't heard many people say this, that the Raiders in some ways, they're not going to admit it publicly, but they should be upset. They had a plan in motion, and the plan was not to include Max Crosby. This is part of the rebuild. So I still think he's on the trade block. I still think he's going to get traded. That's going to be an emotional roller coaster for fans of the Raiders and fans of Max Crosby. These are crazy times. Hey, Mike, do me a favor before we go deep on some other topics. Tell people 2:00 show every day, Monday to Friday, what you guys got going on.
Yeah, we got tons of great stuff happening. Everything from athletics to Raiders to UNLV. We're covering everything you need to know. 2 p.m. every day, Cox Cable, channel 77, 5.2 over the air. We got all of our shows up on our YouTube page, Silver State Sports. It's a lot of fun. It's good personality. I call Eric DaCosta Voldemort. We have fun.
Okay, Josh Pastner, your guy. They lose 80-60 to close out the season, 17-16, 12-10 in the Mountain West Conference. Give me a grade for this run of Rebel season.
Yeah, I think it's a C+, probably. Listen, a lot of new players on a team, a first season under Pastner. It's disappointing. I didn't think they'd have any chance of beating Utah State 3 times in a single season. Passer is an energizer bunny. I love that dude. I really do believe in him and his inability to inspire. I think we saw that when he kind of criticized the team in their defensive play. They did turn some things around. College basketball is funky in the era of NIL. I think the big thing is we got to make sure we really keep Tyron Jones, I think, is top priority. And, I think Dre Gibbs, Lawhorn will go somewhere else. But I think Coach did a decent job, getting this team playing strong towards the end of the season. I wish we could have strung out a couple more wins. I didn't think they'd win the Mountain West Conference tournament, but I think it's a solid C+. There's a lot more to do, but we'll see what happens in terms of NIL and how many more of these guys we can retain.
Mike, you got the gift of gab. You're a good salesperson, right? You're good with the ladies. What's the pitch? What do you pitch? Give me the passenger pitch. Your pitch. The Mike Davis pitch. Put the whistle on. How do you pitch DGL and Tyron Jones to both come back? What are you selling?
I think you guys are the face of the program. You can go somewhere else. You can get paid a little bit more, but who knows who you're going to be competing with in those other programs in terms of for spotlight, for recognition, and just for ball time. And we want to develop a little bit of consistency here. We want to continue what we started, and there's a lot of opportunity here for you. It's like you said, Steve, last time I was on your show. If you guys get this train back on the track, if you guys are the ones responsible, just like we've seen, with VGK, look how the Misfits, the original Misfits, how all these guys, they start on commercials. They're known in this community, and there's something important to be said about for that. I think it's the same way Raider Nation's responding to Crosby. That's why I think a lot of Raider Nation, they're so blinded with their love for Max Crosby, which is rightfully so, but they don't understand the nature of a rebuild in the NFL and why it's important. That's why it's such a heartbreaking thing that this trade got nixed. But my pitch would be, look at that. There is a lot of love in this community. If you can do right by the fans are going to do right by you. So leave 500 on the table and invest in your future, invest in this community, and the community will invest back in you.
Mountain West Conference quarterfinal. Nevada has the ball. Free throws coming up. They're up by 3. It's 76-73. Stop to the audience. 37 seconds left in the game. How much are you and Mariah delving into sports plus entertainment, like TMZ-like stories? I'm curious. I don't even know if you talked about this yet, but what do you think about Dak Prescott breaking off his engagement? We don't know exactly what happened here because here's my thing, Mike. I don't know if you're a pro-marriage guy. You're getting up there and you're still not married.
I thought, listen, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and he cheated. It's easy. Next question.
Oh,
accusatory. I'm joking. But I actually thought you were going to go in the Kenneth Walker direction. Did you see what he was wearing when he showed up to KC?
No, tell me.
Oh, my God. The guy walks off the plane. KC puts it all on social media. He's walking off the plane. He's got a John Madden Raiders shirt on. What? I was like, no, I swear to God. Take
Stop.
A look. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like, I thought that's what you were talking about. We throw in stuff like that. We had a lot of reporters. We talk a lot about the pressing issues. Do we go all in on things we're passionate about? Yes. We spoke a lot about Crosby the past few days in this Knicks trade, but that social media video is hilarious. I mean, first of all, he just comes off Super Bowl win. I can understand what some Seahawks get on the Super Bowl, but now you're going into your new office, you're going to KD, and you're going to wear a Raider John Madden shirt. It's pretty funny.
Oh, God. What a misstep. That is horrific. Okay,
you're seeing it right now, and we all love John Madden. But I mean, if you're going to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, you're not going to walk in with a Dak Prescott, on a honeymoon.
Lawrence Taylor jersey or something. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mentioned you as a 2:00 show. You are our competition. We're competing for advertising dollars, so we don't like you guys. But I do want your take on this front. I've seen Mariah and her TikTok account. I've seen Vanessa too. She's great on TikTok. You guys have to watch the press conference with Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, and Gina Carano walking up and dancing. I just want a reaction from you guys.
I will look at. I know that was something that went down the other day. I've been full deep in Max Crosby.
All that NFL
But
stuff.
I will-
All that hardcore. Okay, I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to break down the 3-4 alignment for the Raiders and if these linebackers are going to work out? Can these guys cover? Are they good?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Dean, I'm a big Quay Walker guy. I actually think he's very good. Nakobe Dean's sneaky athletic. He's a guy who just had problems staying on the field in Philadelphia. But he's one of those guys who really can. I mean, he's smart. He's actually a very cerebral player. He's got a good feel for the game. He can, get at the quarterback if he needs to. I think in a 3-4, he's actually going to be really effective. And I actually think he'll probably be more of a fan favorite than even Quay Walker. But, that tandem working together, having played at Georgia, he made a lot of great moves. And that's why I'm telling you, 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago, I mean, the offseason was A++. I mean, ridiculous level offseason what SpyTech was doing. So the whole master plan was in work. I like the Naylor move. I think from a returning standpoint, he's going to be super effective. All the moves were really good. They got sour over Linderbaum, and they got sour over how NFL media was fawning over this move. It's 100% the case. And I think Crosby will have a tremendous year. And I think we're going to see him probably get sniped by a different GM, a la Howie Roseman. One of those types of guys are going to swoop in, and they're going to get him for 40 cents on the dollar. It's just going to be something along those lines, which is a shame because having that 14th overall pick was going to be huge. Huge. I thought that was going to be massive. Whether an edge rusher fell, whether you shored up the O-line. So I don't know. I'm still dreaming of how it was all this fantasy that was so real for two days.
Mike, let's close on this one. What do you guys have planned for A's coverage coming up? I know you already had a show on the air, and you're doing your 2:00 show now, but I was at a big league weekend. I was really fired up. It's kind of a different feeling when you see the A's on the ground. You know the stadium's rising from the ground. What do you guys have planned for with Fox 5 and Silver State?
Yeah, so we got a brand new second season of this show called Covering the Bases with the A's. It starts back up next week. It's a once-a-week show. We really just do a complete deep dive on everything you need to know about the A's, the Aviators, everything going on. And there's a lot to be excited about. Today is Nick Kurtz's birthday. Happy birthday to Nick Kurtz, 23 years old, the big Amish. I'm going to have some, Amish churned butter for him in his honor tonight to celebrate for him. Okay. But no, we're very excited about all that progress. I think that team is going to be very competitive this year. I actually think they are probably going to make the playoffs, is my call.
Whoa!
I think, yeah.
Really?
I think we'll see what happens with the pitching stuff, but I think they're going to be very good, very competitive. We've got a great young roster, and make sure you're along for the ride because we're going to have a lot of fun. Fox 5 Silver State, we're going to have a weekly show covering the bases with the A's. You don't want to miss it.
Mike, you are the man. We appreciate a couple minutes, and let's catch up with you sooner than later, my friend.
Thank you.
There he is, Mike Davis, South Jersey guy, Philly guy. Fired up, misdirected anger at Eric DaCosta. Boy, their social media up at Silver Sports, out of control. They really just crushed Eric DaCosta.
Really?
Yes. He's the GM of the Ravens.
Yeah. No trust. Doesn't buy it. Not the tears either.
Got it. I think that's a convenient storyline. By the way, on Instagram, they're at Silver ST Sports. I can't even say there's fault on both sides because I don't think there's a Raiders side to fault.
Right.
As we got into yesterday with multiple guests, I don't think the Raiders did this in an underhanded manner. This is a doctor deal, and the Ravens doctors or people they consulted said, hey, we don't trust the guy's knee long term. 2 first-round picks for him. So go back to work and see if you can turn something around to get some good trade value back. But I do find it fascinating, John. I mean, I can come up with a billion analogies of a breakup where, one side, the side that got moved out of the market, said, I want to be out of here. And then we're all supposed to hug it out and go, everything's good.
What are you talking about? That's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
There's nothing to work out. I think you're tripping.
I've also heard, I think this is an interesting angle, that when Max did talk to Mark Davis, and Vic Tafer confirmed that yesterday, it was 2 months ago, that they agreed after a long conversation, MD and Max, that, hey, it was time to split up. Max wanted out. He wants to move on. He wants to be in a winning franchise. That there was another request made, and that was, hey, if you trade me, can you please trade me and not go any further east than Texas? Now, I don't know.
Really?
Well, he's got a house here, and he's got roots here.
Baltimore's a little more east than Texas.
Hey, man.
I like that. No, I'm saying that. I like that.
People only want to live in, some people have, desires to only live in certain parts of the country.
No, I want to be clear. I like that from the Raiders' perspective of if that request was actually made and you say, sorry, man, we're looking for our best value. Ooh, you're out. It was the same thing with Damian Lillard to the Portland Trailblazers, right?
Yep. You love that case.
Yep. They wanted to go to Miami. There were media members who were saying, you owe it to him to put him where he wants. And you know what the Portland Trailblazers said? No, we don't.
Owe him.
See,
we owe it to him.
Yes.
Best value back possible.
Yep. That's actually great if that's a true request and they tried to ship him to Baltimore. Good for them.
Sammy Hagar is right now in a residency in town, the legendary Sammy Hagar Best of All Worlds Las Vegas residency. He's playing here until the 21st, again in September. Dolby Live, Park MGM. That's a fantastic venue. Ticketmaster.com is where you can get the tickets. We got a pair right now. Danny's going to hook you up. Caller 7, 364-1100.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line. 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.